first thing I'm going to do is prime my face, and I'm using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. This is my favorite primer at the moment, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Then to cover up any unwanted visitors or redness on my face, I'm going to go in with my trusty Hard Candy Glamoflauge concealer and just put a light layer of that before I apply my foundation. I want to be really glowy and luminous today, so I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the Dewy and Smooth formula, and I'm actually going to mix it with Revlon Photoready Skinlights in the shade Bare Light. I'm just going to mix those two together, as you can see, and I'm going to use a flat top kabuki brush and I'm going to apply that all over the face. And applying the Illuminator with the foundation is going to give a really nice luminous glow to your face that's not going to be overpowering or anything. I'm going to start on my eyes by priming them. You can use any concealer that you want for this. I'm using the Sonia Kashuk one just to cancel out any discoloration in my eyes so my eyeshadow shows up true to color. And the palette I am using today is the L'Oreal La Palette Nude. This is number 1 with all the neutral brown shades, and I'm going to use that mid-tone brown and a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to dust that in my upper crease area and really make sure I blend this shade out. Then I'm going to take this darker bronzy brown shade with a smaller blending brush. This is the Sigma E25. And I'm just going to put that more directly in my crease and go back and forth in windshield wiper motions. Then to make sure everything is blended seamlessly, I'm going to use my Sigma E40, which is a clean, fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to go over everything to make sure it's seamless and you don't see any harsh lines. And then I'm going to use the Milani Brow and Eye Highlight, and it has 2 sides. I'm using the matte shade underneath my brow bone as a highlight. I'm just going to blend that out with a synthetic brush. And then I'm going to use the shimmery side. It kind of has like a pink undertone. I'm just going to put that all over my lid so that my next shadow has something to stick to and it makes it pop a little bit more. I'm taking this shimmery champagne shade from the palette. I'm just using my finger and I'm packing that all over my lid up to the crease area. I'm touching up that bronze shade we put in our crease because we might have lost some of that depth and dimension from putting our lid color on. So I'm just going to put that in back there and then blend it out, and then I'm going to go back and apply another layer of the lid color. And doing layers like this is going to ensure that there's depth and dimension, and it's really going to make the look like that extra oomph. And then I'm going to apply mascara. You can use any one. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous. It's my favorite mascara, pretty much the only mascara that I use. I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal to highlight underneath my eyes. I didn't realize I wasn't recording, so I have concealer underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, in between my eyebrows and on my chin, and then I'm going to blend it out with this angled kabuki brush and really just pat that into the skin. You don't want to swipe, you just want to pat and really press it into the skin. I'm going to set everywhere that I put that concealer with this NYX HD Studio powder. It's a loose powder and it's probably one of my favorite powders ever, and I'm just using the setting brush from Real Techniques and I'm just patting that all over where I put the concealer. To warm up and bronze my face, I'm going to go in with actually face powder. This is the Maybelline Dream Wonder Powder, and I'm just using a darker shade. I believe it's called Honey Beige. I'm just taking a big fluffy brush and kind of just dusting it all over the outside of my face and just kind of define my cheekbones a little bit and just add more depth and dimension. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time. It is so beautiful. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. I'm sure many of you have heard of this before. It has like a cult following, but I'm just putting that all over my cheeks. And after my blush, I always like to take a big fluffy stippling brush and kind of just blend everything out to make sure everything blends together, there's no harsh lines, and it's just very seamless and blended. We like everything to be blended. I'm using e.l.f. Golden Bronzer, which isn't a bronzer in my opinion. It's a highlight. As you can see, it's so beautiful, and I pretty much just put this all over my face. Just put it all over because, again, I want to glow, and it's so pretty. So to make sure it's not like bam in your face intense, I do take the stippling brush again and go over it one more time just to be sure. I did apply some lashes. These are the Ardell Glamour lashes in the style 122. They're just so natural and pretty but wispy, and they take the look up a notch. And then I'm taking the L'Oreal, I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put it down in the description box. And I'm just putting, it's a black liner, and I'm just putting that all over my lash line. And then I am taking the smudger side and smudging it out a bit, and then I'm going to go in with a pencil brush and smudge it out some more. Then I am taking this gorgeous shadow from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible line. It's called Golden Sage, I believe, and I'm just using my finger again. I find these L'Oreal shadows are best with your finger. I'm just rubbing that all over the black liner on my lower lash line. Putting down the black liner first makes any color you put on top of it pop, and it also adds more depth and dimension, and we like that. So I'm just going to apply that all over my lower lash line, and then I'm going in with a dark brown liner. I think this is from Milani, and I'm putting on my waterline and my tight line. I'm going back to the L'Oreal palette and using that light vanilla shade, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone and my inner corners. I'm using this Maybelline Brow Precise pencil in the shade Auburn, and I'm just filling in my brows. And I like this pencil because it has a spoolie on the other end to brush it out so you don't have any choppiness in your brows. I'm setting my whole face with this L'Oreal Infallible setting spray and just kind of bathing myself in it. This is the Essence lip liner in the shade in the Nude, and I'm just lining my lips and filling them in completely. This is the Milani matte lipstick in the shade Innocence, and I'm just putting that over my lips, and I don't really want a matte finish today, so I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee and just putting a light layer of that over top. And after that, we are complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!